Here we are, day one, July 17th, 2019. The car is loaded to the hilt, and we're on the Stanley Park Causeway, heading towards the ferry to take us to Vancouver Island.
Yes,
You have something you want to say?
I know. I just want to focus on all this traffic.
Okay.
So I think that's what I'll do.
All right.
Seeking gold and glory, leaving weathered broken bones, and a long forgotten lonely cornerstone.
Testing 1, 2, 3. Got it?
Yeah. Testing 1, 2, 3.
Hi. Good start.
Hi, I'm Lucas.
I'm Susan, and we're here to tell you about our travels, which we call kicking and screaming.
Yes.
Because either I'm kicking and screaming, or in future travels, he's kicking and screaming.
It's long been a goal of mine to see the Yukon and the Arctic. Maybe it's a Canadian thing, or maybe it's a crazy thing, but I want to see the places that Alexander Mackenzie, Sam Steele, and the Mad Trapper passed through, and writers like Robert Service and Jack London wrote about. My wife and I are retired, so we have time to travel. Last year, we attempted to drive all the way up to Tuktoyaktuk. We rented an RV in Whitehorse and we got as far as Eagle Plains. But then it started to rain, and the rain turned into snow, and conditions got slippery, so we decided that we should turn back. Even so, we had a fabulous trip. We saw Whitehorse, Dawson City, and Kluane Park with its enormous glaciers. We also did a loop through Alaska. We saw Chicken, Tok, Anchorage, Prince William Sound, Denali, Fairbanks, and a place called North Pole. I really fell in love with the North. Its wide open spaces and its beautiful scenery. I left the Yukon wanting to return someday and fulfill my goal of getting to Tuktoyaktuk. So this year we plan to try again. I'm a little nervous about this trip. It will take about 7 weeks and require at least 7,000 kilometers of driving. It would be shorter and quicker to drive to Toronto or Puerto Vallarta. As it happens, I just put my back out, so I can't sit in the car seat for very long right now. My wife Susan has agreed to come with me, but she's not a fan of cold places that require a lot of driving to get to. She prefers sunny beaches and exotic countries. Me, I like going places and packing as much into a trip as I can, whereas Susan would rather spend the summer at the club on Vancouver Island. We plan to start the trip by going to the club. I want Susan to be in her happy place before the trip starts. Then we will travel up the island to Port Hardy and take a ferry up to Prince Rupert. Haida Gwaii is a fascinating place that we've never seen, so we will go there for about 13 days. Then we will return to Prince Rupert and travel north to Whitehorse, rent an RV, and then drive all the way up to Inuvik and Tuktoyaktuk. While we are in Inuvik, we will be visiting a friend of mine who is a filmmaker that works with the Aboriginal community. He has asked me to shoot some footage for a video that he is working on. I think this will make the trip much more interesting. But it also makes me a bit nervous because I don't think I'm quite competent enough to help him with this project. We are going to be vlogging as we go, so people can see how our little adventure works out and learn what a trip to the Yukon is like for people like us.
I am heading along with Lucas as his loyal and Never mind. Scratch that.
Okay.
Sounding like his dog. I'm going along with this on this trip to accompany Lucas on his desire to reach the Northwest Passage, to go to the Beaufort Sea, and to sing Stan Rogers all along the way.
Do you like Stan Rogers?
I love Stan Rogers.
Oh, good.
The thing that I'm most looking forward to is the trip to Haida Gwaii. We're doing a little detour, and it's been on my bucket list because Haida Gwaii is so pristine, untouched, and the First Peoples who are there are really conscious of their land. So I'm looking forward to that as my number one choice.
And what are you not looking forward to on the trip?
Well, I'm not looking forward to rain and cold and snow and wind. And the Dempster Highway particularly is quite long and quite potholed and, of course, unpaved. So that's probably the part that will be my least favorite, although we do have a bit of a film assignment, so that might break it up and make it more interesting. And this does not compare to Zihuatanejo in any way. I like warmth. I don't like sitting for hours and hours. And so Ziwa is where we will go late November to make up for this long journey.